My name is Elaine Goulburn. I'm the Clinical Director for Primary Care in the Peter Gilligan Center for Women's Cancers at Women's College Hospital. I'm pleased to share with you that the Peter Gilligan Center at Women's College Hospital is hosting this event with some of our sponsors who I'll get to later on. Welcome to Broad Day 2023, our first hybrid event. So we're out of the pandemic where we've been doing this virtually. So now we have our in-person forum, and we also have an audience who's joining us online. So thank you again for joining us. And without further delay, I'd like to invite Heather McPherson, our President and CEO, to open our event.
Thanks, Elaine, and so nice to see everybody in person, and welcome to all the people online as well. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge Toronto as the traditional gathering place for the many Indigenous peoples of Turtle Island. I want to recognize the ancestral and traditional territories of the Wendat, the Anishinaabe, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, and the Haudenosaunee, whose territories and nations therein we gather on tonight. I'm so pleased that you're joining us for this hybrid event, as Elaine said, hosted by the Peter Gilligan Center for Women's Cancers at Women's College Hospital, with generous support from the Canadian Society of Plastic Surgeons, Allergan Aesthetics, and Mentor. I know that an incredible amount of work has gone into planning this day, and I would like to extend my thanks to the organizers and to the speakers as well. Women's College Hospital was built on a foundation of revolutionizing healthcare and removing barriers to create equitable access to care. Broad Day epitomizes those values by providing education and access for those considering breast reconstruction after a mastectomy. This evening, you will have the opportunity to hear from leading breast reconstruction experts, connect with others who have undergone breast reconstruction, and see real-life results after surgery at Broad Day's signature show and tell event lounge, proudly sponsored by the Canadian Cancer Society. After 3 years of presenting a solely virtual Broad Day, this year we're delighted to welcome guests in person here at Women's College and online, ensuring we can continue to connect with people from across the country. With this hybrid format, we're thrilled to make Broad Day accessible to as many people in Canada as possible and continue the movement's mission to close the loop on breast cancer. I sincerely hope you will find tonight helpful, supportive, and informative in your journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Heather. Just a few opening remarks from my end. I just want to thank you all for participating both in person and online. As Heather was saying, this event is made possible through some of our generous sponsors, the Canadian Society of Plastic Surgeons, Allergan Aesthetics, Mentor, and our in-kind sponsors, Halmoon Spa and Rethink Breast Cancer. And our show and tell lounge is proudly sponsored by our Canadian Cancer Society. Dr. Mitchell Brand founded Broad Day in 2011 with the main purpose to promote education, awareness, and access to women considering post-mastectomy breast reconstruction. Now in 2023, we're proud to say that it continues, and we have a movement mission of closing the loop on breast cancer. Tonight, you'll hear from 5 leading plastic surgeons as experts as they will share their presentation with you, and 3 patient stories as they share their own stories with you and their own journeys. The Show and Tell Lounge, as Heather said, who's sponsored by the Canadian Cancer Society, will be hosted both virtually and as well as in person in 2 locations, in the Pink Cube, located around the corner on this floor, as well as in the Labyrinth on the main floor. We hope you take tonight and use the opportunity to get your questions answered by our experts and to make connection with others. And this is the first time to make some connections. So turn to the person to your right and say, enjoy the event. And now the person on your left, you do the same. And I am not forgetting about our online audience. So from through me, from all of us, I'm saying to you, please enjoy the events. We have our agenda. Most of you guys have a copy of your program if you're joining us in person. This is our program of our events for tonight. Online, please take a look at the link in your chat or Q&A function, and you'll see an online version of our program for tonight. It follows the main theme in terms of our main session. We'll have some presentations by leading plastic surgeons as well as our patient stories. We'll have a Q&A session which will be both in person as well as online. If you're joining us online, please pose your question in the Q&A section located at the bottom of your screen. And here's a fun opportunity. If you like the question someone posed, please upstar it by putting an emoji. You can put a check mark, or you can put a thumbs up. You can also use the heart sign and even a smiley face. We'll take those as well. And we will use those to prioritize your question, and we will bring them forward. We will allow all the speakers and the patients to share their stories, and then we will take all the questions at the end. The Q&A session will be moderated by Dr. Mitchell Brown. In the back of your program, there's a notes section. Take the opportunity to write your questions down and wait for the end to ask them. Or most of us are digital. Use your cell phone to capture the questions, and we will take them at the end. Just a little bit in terms of our exhibitors, I just want to say thank you to Allergan, Mentor, Halwood Spa, Rethink Breast Cancer, Dragons of Breast, LifeMark, Restore Me After Breast Cancer Areola Tattooing, After Breast Cancer, and Karen Kingsley, who is a registered massage therapist, and also the Canadian Cancer Society, along with Emma Ronaldo, our social worker, and Aletta Paul, who's our genetic counselor. Both Aletta and Emma will be in room 2510 to answer any questions that you have around psychosocial support as well as genetic testing and counseling. Some light housekeeping. We cannot have an in-person event without housekeeping. Bathrooms are located both on the main floor and the second floor. Exit this building to the auditorium to the right, you'll find our bathrooms. And on the main floor, go down the stairs, and to your left, you'll see the bathrooms as well. Individuals who are wearing these pink scarves or brightly colored pink scarves, they will be available to answer any of your questions and to provide you with directions. For privacy and confidentiality purpose, we encourage you not to take any pictures of the pictures or the illustration that will be presented on the screen. You can take notes, and you can also take pictures of the content, but not necessarily the illustration.